Well, hello and welcome to the Real Women, Real Business podcast, where we empower passion driven female entrepreneurs to achieve success without burning out. I'm your host, Shauna Lynn Simon. I'm a business coach, I'm an author, and I'm a home staging and interior design expert. And today we're going to be diving into the 6-step SellSmart system that's designed to help you to craft compelling marketing messages that attract your ideal clients. So, let's get started. I want to start by introducing what this system is. So listen, selling is hard, but it really doesn't have to be. If you've been struggling to get sales in your business, let me start by telling you, you're not alone. The problem is often lying in your marketing strategy, not your talent. It's really easy to feel that sort of imposter syndrome because you're not getting the sales, but it doesn't mean that you're not good at what you do. It just simply means that you're not a salesperson. And that's understandable because you probably didn't get into business with the idea of being a salesperson, right? So the 6-step SellSmart system will help you to create a message that really resonates with your ideal clients. And it's going to make them just eager to work with you, just begging to work with you. So I'm going to give a quick overview first of the system, and then we'll dive into each one of the steps. So again, 6 steps. The first step is to define your ideal client, also known as your avatar. So I use the two terms interchangeably sometimes. The next step is your market research. Then step 3 is your marketing messaging brainstorming. Step 4, we cover the brand promise formula. And step 5, that's where we get into your core message formula. Step 6, of course, is your execution strategy, putting it all into action. So let's break down each one of these steps. Step number 1, as I mentioned, is define your ideal client or avatar. It's crucial to know who you're speaking to so that your message really hits the mark. And you may have done some work already on defining who your ideal client is. In my experience, most people don't get deep enough into really understanding what makes their ideal clients tick. But I want you to start with some overview of what you know about your client. And I want you to write these things down. Doesn't matter if it's in your head. I want you to write it down because it gets that much more clear when you can actually see it. So identifying, what is their age? Are they of a particular gender? Is there a specific location that they're in? Perhaps they've got a specific income level. Maybe there's an educational background. What is their employment status? Are they employed? Are they unemployed? Are they part-time employed? Are they self-employed or any other version of employment? What type of hobbies do they have or other interests? What do they value most, both personally and professionally, from a business? If you are selling to another business, that's going to obviously have a different look and feel to it than if you are selling directly to a consumer. But nonetheless, this is still really, really helpful to go through this exercise of identifying who that client is. And most people are selling to consumers. And even if you're selling to a business, there is a very real person in that business who's going to be the one who's identifying your value and making that decision to work with you. So that's where these characteristics are going to come in. I also want you to consider, where do they consume their media? Are they on social media? Are they a radio person? Are they binge watching TV? Are they someone who's going to attend a particular trade show of yours? Are they a podcast listener? Do they like webinars? Where is it that they're consuming their media, their news, their entertainment, their information, and their education? And what influences their buying decisions? So do they care about quality? Do they care about budget? What other factors might incentivize them to buy? Of course, we all know that pretty much any purchase requires an element of know, like, and trust. But let's face it, if you are looking to simply buy a pack of batteries from the dollar store, you're probably not paying much attention to the actual brand. Now, don't get me wrong, you should probably buy some quality batteries, but there are certain things that sometimes we're just like, you know what, let's just get her done. I don't really care what the quality of this is. I think any of these are going to do a similar type of job, and I just need something to do the job. So what is that something that your ideal client is feeling about your services. The more specific you are about who your ideal client is, the better you can tailor your marketing efforts. Now, remember, if your avatar, your ideal client is someone that you know already, then you're going to be in a much better position to be able to really dig into who they are. They're not just a demographic profile, they are a persona with real emotions, real desires, real behaviors. And so put a name to them and really dig into what it is that they are looking for, how they're living their lifestyle. And that'll really help you to be able to create that marketing that's going to resonate deeply with them. And take a look at, your past clients, take a look at your current clients and identify some of those commonalities between them, especially the ones that you really want to work with. So keep in mind that not every client you have worked with is going to fall under your ideal client. So really be sure to isolate those. So now once you've got this pretty well figured out, I want you to go back through that list and it's time to conduct some market research. This is a step that is often overlooked, but it is essential. I want you to conduct a competitor analysis. So see what else is going on in the marketplace, review any market or industry reports that might exist. And most importantly, I want you to talk directly to your clients. I know, what a wild idea, right? So here's what I want you to do. Make a list of your current and your past clients, as well as those perhaps that you thought were going to hire you or buy from you, but they didn't. And then reach out to them and see if you can schedule some calls with them to better understand their experiences. I want you to ask them some specific questions like, what did you like about working with me? And why was that important to you? And I want you to really dig deep to uncover the real reasons behind their decision to purchase or not purchase. I took a training a while back with Nikki Krozik from Energize Your Online Business podcast. Check her out. She's phenomenal. She's a copywriter. And she provided some really great tips for getting to the root of what really matters to your clients and digging below the surface to identify what's really going to help them and support them and what do they really want, what really matters to them. And it requires a bit of digging because let's face it, when someone asks you how you're doing, you're probably going to answer with something along the lines of, I'm doing great, I'm well, I'm doing okay. You're not giving much more beyond that. And most people leave it at just that. Whereas if you continued digging, when you ask someone how they're doing and they're like, I'm doing great, wonderful. What makes things so great about what's going on? They might tell you like, my kids are doing really well in school and, I just came back from a trip and business is booming. That's fantastic. But you're still on the surface level. Why does it matter to them that their kids are doing great in school? Why does it matter to them that they went on this trip? Why does it matter to them that their business is doing well? And I know some of these answers might seem obvious, but let me tell you, when you dig deeper, it's amazing what you can uncover. Same thing goes for doing this market research with your past and current clients. And again, those who didn't hire you as well. By doing the market research and really digging deep into what it is that they not only want and need, but why it matters to them. It's amazing what you can uncover. One of the big things that people are often saying is people hire me because of the customer service that I offer. And let me just be the first to tell you, if you haven't heard this before, everyone provides great customer service. I would love to say that you are completely unique in this. And I know you're probably saying, you're thinking to yourself like, no, but you don't understand. Mine's really great. Like I really go the extra mile. Okay, so let's talk to your clients about that and ask them about ways maybe that you went the extra mile, because maybe they're saying to you like, yeah, the service was phenomenal. What about the service? Well, you really went the extra mile. In what way? Get them to be specific. And then why did that matter to you? Well, you made my life easier. Why was it important to you that I made your life easier? Well, I've got a lot of things going on in my life and I just needed something to kind of just be smooth and easy flowing. And you really did that. Yeah, it sounds like you've really got a lot of things going on. I can imagine how taxing that can be. What did it allow you to do given that I was able to make things easier for you, how did that help you? Oh, it really freed up my time so I could spend more time focusing on my kids or whatever. You see where I'm going with this. Essentially, you want to keep asking the same question, but just phrasing it differently. And again, Nikki Krosnick was the one who really showed me how to dig deep on. I was already doing market research, but she was the one who was really, digging in and helped give some insights into how to really extract those key answers and values from your market research calls. I mean, I got to tell you, it's absolute pure gold. If you haven't checked out episode 4, where I talked about products and services with Trina McPhee from McPhee Interiors, check it out. We talk about her doing her market research calls, and not only the value of learning what it is that your clients want and need, but you also get an opportunity to show them how you're already offering things maybe that support their needs. So perhaps they're saying like, oh, I kind of wish your services did this. And you're like, oh, wait a minute. I actually do that. You didn't know that I did that? So it gives you an opportunity to explain to them how you can help them in different ways as well. So it's like a bit of a soft sell, so to speak. You're not doing a hard sales pitch or anything, but there is an opportunity there. All right, so let's move on to step 3. This is your marketing messaging brainstorming. So now that you've got that market research in hand, we want to brainstorm a little bit based on some of those answers. So gather all those insights and start brainstorming some of the messages that are going to resonate with your ideal clients. I want you to ask yourself about their pain points. What do they need? What do they think they need? And I want you to put these headings down. What is it my clients need? What do they think they need? What does my service offer? What does my product offer? What do people think of when they think of my company, of my brand? What is it about my brand that is different from anything else that's out there? How am I really satisfying the needs and the desires of my client with this? What's making it super unique? And remember, when it comes to brainstorming, I don't want you to worry about getting the verbiage perfect. Just if an idea comes in your head, I want you to put it down. Brainstorming is intended to be similar to improv. If you've ever heard about or done improv yourself, the idea of improv is like a comedy type skit or something. The idea of improv is you're always saying yes, as in you're not going to try to correct something that might be wrong or inaccurate in any way. You're simply going to keep rolling with it. The same goes for brainstorming. And the reason why I mention this is not every idea is going to be perfect, and that doesn't matter. I want you to just get those ideas out, because as you sift through them, you're going to identify the things where you're like, oh, you know what? That really doesn't matter that much. So I'm not going to pay too much attention to that, but maybe it's something that you've been harping on your website because you thought it was a really cool feature or something. You might also find that there are some things that really stand out to you, or maybe something that wasn't such a great idea inspires something that's pretty awesome. So don't worry about getting the verbiage or all the ideas to be perfect. Just write them down. No matter how big or small, write these ideas down. This is crucial for shaping compelling and authentic messages that attract your ideal client. And that's why I don't want you to filter anything as you're doing it. Okay, so now it's time to create your brand promises. Step 4, this is where we cover the brand promise formula. So this is your brand promise is a clear and compelling statement that communicates that core value that you offer to your clients. It should be relatively concise. This is not intended to be paragraphs. It should be relatively concise and should address your client's main pain points. So consider what you offer, the core benefit of your offer, your unique value, and your core values. Okay, let me repeat that. I want you to consider what you offer, the core benefit of what you offer, your unique value, and your core values. And see how you might be able to put those together in a way that expresses who you are and what you do in a clear and concise way. So for example, I help passion-driven female entrepreneurs build successful and thriving businesses without sacrificing their well-being. So your brand promise is going to be the foundation of all of your marketing efforts. This doesn't mean that this is the only statement you're going to say, but this is sort of your guiding promise to all that you are offering with your products and services. So now let's move on to step 5. This is the core message formula. So now that we've got your brand promise in place, it's time to develop your messaging. And I like to break this down into your primary messaging, your secondary messaging, and your tertiary messages. So your primary message, that's your main marketing statement. This is the one that's going to appear on your core marketing materials. This is the one that's going to kind of get the punch out there to everyone. Your secondary messages support your primary message. They offer more detail and address additional pain points. And then your tertiary messages are more specific, and they can be used in more targeted marketing campaigns. So these tend to tell a story based on past client experiences or other supporting evidence. Maybe if you've got anything, medically, something's been written in an article or a paper, a survey or a report has been done, and there's some actual statistics behind it. That's where this is going to go. This is in your tertiary messages. And so together, all of these messages will create a cohesive marketing strategy that then speaks to your ideal client. So the formula for your primary message is this. It's going to be your brand promise plus emotional appeal plus your key differentiator without pain. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to use all of these verbatim, of course. You're not just putting your brand promise in there, but you want to pull out the elements of your brand promise that really matter, and then adding that emotional appeal that's really going to get them in the core, like going back to that, why does this matter to them? And then your key differentiator, this is that what makes you unique, what makes you different from anybody else. And if you can add in there what they're not going to get, like, how am I going to do this for you without you experiencing pain? What pain am I going to take away from you? So for example, one of the messages, that I talk about is about your time management and taking back your time. And I talk about, gaining an extra 10 hours a week or increasing your business sales without working 70+ hour work weeks. So those are some great differentiators. Now, when it comes to communicating your message, I want you to take everything that we've just put together now, and we want to put it into action. There are, of course, a variety of marketing mediums that you can use to get your message out there, whether it's through social media, through email marketing, content creation. I want you to ensure that your message is reaching your audience effectively. So here's the thing. I always say, whenever you're marketing to your audience, if you are not getting sales, it is what you're saying, how you are saying it, or who you are saying it to. So we've already covered the what you're saying and how you're saying it and who you're saying it to. But when you're communicating your message, you know who you want to say it to. But if you're not actually saying it to those people, you're not going to land you're not going to land with them, right? Your message is just going to fall flat. So we want to make sure that we are communicating in places that our ideal client is actually going to see this. Remember, we went through that question of where do they consume their media? Where are they getting their information from? Where are they hanging out? This is where you want to be reaching them. So again, decide whether this is social media, email marketing, maybe it's going to trade shows, maybe it's about attending specific events, maybe it's about, philanthropy. Like, what does it look like to get your name out there? And if it's social media, you also want to get more specific and say, well, where on social media? Just because you're hanging out somewhere on social media doesn't mean that's where your clients are hanging out. I am someone who really enjoys Facebook. I shouldn't say I really enjoy Facebook. I would say I prefer Facebook over Instagram because I like that Facebook can dig deeper into things. I like that I can click on links in Facebook and just immediately go somewhere. There's a lot of things that I really like about Facebook. And don't get me wrong, I'm actually coming around on Instagram. I've been using it a little bit more, quite a bit more actually. And there are certain things that I do enjoy in Instagram over Facebook, but I do find myself still going back to Facebook. I like the Facebook groups that are there, and I've got some great communities that I'm a member of. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's where my clients are hanging out. So I've got to make sure that I'm on the platforms that my clients are actually on. So if you are going to do social media marketing, it doesn't mean that you have to be on every single platform, but where is it that your clients are most likely to see and find you? Okay, so we want to make sure that we're choosing the right channels. So identify where your avatar spends their time and focus your efforts there. And then be consistent, maintain a consistent voice and message across all platforms. Make sure that your message is clear, make sure it's compelling, and make sure that it's always speaking to the needs and the desires of your ideal clients. I want you to then, of course, monitor the feedback, analyze what you're getting. Just because you put your message out there doesn't mean it's going to hit the first time that you put it out there. So check out what is really resonating with your clients, what's getting the most engagement. Make sure you're responding, of course, to any sort of engagement that you're getting out there, whatever platform it's through, whether it's through email, whether it's through your website, whether it's through a blog, whatever. Make sure that you are responding to it, but monitor what that feedback is. Take a look at the results of it, and then adjust your strategy, of course, as needed. When we're delivering our message effectively, we're going to build stronger connections with our audience, and that's really going to help to drive your business forward. All right, so that is the 6-step SellSmart system. By following these steps, you're going to be able to craft compelling marketing messages that attract your ideal clients and grow your business. Okay, so let's just recap what those 6 steps are one more time. So step number 1, we are going to define your ideal client or your avatar, okay? And then in step number 2, that's when we're going to do our market research. Step number 3, that's when we're going to do our marketing messaging brainstorming. Step 4, we're following the brand promise formula and creating that brand promise. Step 5 is our core message formula, where we're going to be creating our core messages. And then step 6 is our execution strategy, or executing or communicating your message. Okay, so this is the key to your 6-step SellSmart system. The key to successful marketing is understanding your clients and communicating your value effectively. Now, if you want some support implementing these actions that I've outlined here today, let's work together. Let's put your sales on autopilot. When you've got the right messaging for your business, you are going to spend less time selling and more time doing what you do best. So for a very limited time, I'm offering personalized support and guidance to implement my proven 6-step SellSmart system in your business, so that you can get back to servicing your clients. That's what you want to be doing, right? You don't want to spend all day worrying about when the next sale is going to come in. So with this package, we're going to work together and we're going to create your unique brand messaging that can then be used across all of your marketing platforms. Plus, I'm going to show you how to easily outsource your marketing once you've got all this done. Now, this is not a done for you. This is a done together. So here's what you're going to get. You're going to get 6 personalized one-to-one sessions, 60 minutes for each of these sessions. These are going to be intensive one-on-one sessions that are tailored to your unique business messaging, so that we nail down every one of these steps. You're going to get step-by-step training videos to provide an in-depth learning of each step of the SellSmart system to craft compelling marketing messages that attract your ideal client. And you're going to get lifetime access to all of those videos. Accompanying each of those videos is also going to be these comprehensive worksheets for each step to help with that implementation, to help you to really get that message nailed down. And so this is going to help you to create the specific messaging that you need for your business. And again, you get lifetime access to all of these worksheets as well. And then you're going to get tailored feedback and actionable strategies through these one-on-one sessions. Now, I do have limited spots, so be sure to grab yours ASAP. Once they fill up, until I've completed a session with someone, I won't be reopening it again. Check it out. And if you're interested in learning more, simply go to aboutshaunalynn.com/SellSmart. So SellSmart. I've got the link in the show notes here for you as well. So be sure to check it out, aboutshaunalynn.com/SellSmart. And I would really love the opportunity to work with you, to help you to create that compelling messaging that's going to help to set you apart, to help you to put your sales on autopilot. Because it doesn't matter how beautiful your flyers are, how great your website is, how easy it is to navigate, how many times you're posting on social media. If you are not communicating in a way that's going to really resonate with your ideal client, your avatar, then they're not going to be that inclined to hire you. And if you've been seeing success in your business, perhaps from family and friends so far, but you want to venture out beyond that, beyond those referral sources, this is how you're going to do it. Okay, so listen, if what I'm saying here today resonates with you, then I really hope you'll tune in with me again next week and allow me to continue to be a part of your entrepreneurial journey. Be sure to check us out, leave us a review, and subscribe to us wherever you get your podcast. And you know what the best way to show your support is actually sharing this podcast with someone else that you know, another woman who's on the same journey as you or a similar journey that you know is going to benefit from this. That would mean the world to me. So until next time, I want you to keep thriving, and I look forward to joining you again next week. Have a good one.